Hey guys, this is Matt Core from Ctrl+Paint.com, and today we're going to be detectives. So over the course of two videos here, I'm going to show you not only how to design a symmetrical action, but really to sort of work through a problem. So really symmetry is just the example, but the bigger issue is sort of breaking a problem down and thinking about how to make a Photoshop action to solve it. So what our goal is to take what we have here, to make another copy of it, and to flip that copy horizontally. So let's just try that. Let's make a new action and we'll see how these steps go. So I'm going to call this 001. And it's now recording. So I know that I want to duplicate what I currently have. So that is duplicate current layer. Cool. Okay. Now I want to flip it horizontally. So already we see a big problem here. And the problem is that it's flipping everything. We don't actually want all this stuff. So I'm going to stop this one right here and let's think this through because it's a lot easier to make actions if you kind of plan ahead. So when we look at this, what we actually want is only sort of this half. Because a lot of times when you're drawing something that's symmetrical, you end up with construction lines or sort of drawing over the midline when really all you want is this left side. So I can say on my to-do list, before I duplicate it, I actually want to get rid of the extra stuff. All I want is this, and I don't want the surrounding artwork. So let's try recording this again. So I'm going to make a new action here. We'll call this 002. So I'm going to make a selection around the area I do want. Then I'll invert the selection and delete. And there I have just what I want. Okay, this is good. So now maybe I'll deselect and go back to where I started. So now I'll duplicate. Cool. I will flip horizontal. Okay, this is a problem. All right, so I'm going to stop this right here. This actually had another secret problem that I didn't show you. But let's just see how this will play. So I have my artwork with some stuff over here I don't want, stuff over here. And I'm going to play the action as I recorded it. Okay, cool. So what that did was it gave me another layer that I might have to reposition into place. Really, it's better than nothing. We're kind of getting there. But the problem with this action is that the selection that I made originally is actually baked right into these settings. If you can read here, it says top 13.2%, left 27%. What that means is it's making the exact same selection in the same part of my document every time. If I were to have the same shield, maybe start over here, and I were to play that action, watch what happens. It breaks it. So clearly, this is an issue. I need to start from the beginning and reconsider where I want the selection to be. Okay, so before I start my third attempt here, what I found through trial and error is that this actually has sort of two parts. The first part is you choose where you want to select. In this case, that's sort of this left half of the shield. All the other steps are going to be the same in any painting. Really, it's where is my selection. That's the only thing that's going to change from painting to painting. So a great way to get around that in the action is to just not start recording until you've already made your selection. So I'm going to make a new action in just a second, but first what I want to do is assume that I've already made a selection. Okay, so now I'm going to make a new action. We'll call it 003. I have the area I do want selected, so I'll invert the selection, delete. Okay. Now I can deselect, and this is good. So now I have only the area I want isolated. That's cool. So I will then duplicate it. I'll do my free transform. But the problem here is that free transform by default just flips around the center of the object. What I want to do is flip it based on this right side of the object. Well, that's actually really easy. All I do is move this anchor point, and then I do flip horizontal. I confirm that, and this is looking great. So now I started with one layer, I've duplicated it so I have two layers, but I don't really need two layers. So my final step here is going to be to merge down. So I'm back to a single layer again. Awesome. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to stop, and we'll see how this worked. Now remember, the action is set up to start with a selection already made. So I have to begin by making my selection. But after that, I'm just going to play the action, and we'll see how it looks. Perfect. This is great. Or is it? Well, the truth is there's a scenario where even this action is not bulletproof and will break. So in the next video, we're going to talk about how to plan on sort of unexpected problems. So stay tuned for next week and we will see what problems I've created. Thanks for coming to the site, guys.